All right, now if you want to get number 3, notice what we can do. We can take the equation for number 2 and replace the f in the first equation, create a new equation by taking the rule that equaled f and substituting that for f in the m equation. All right, so I'm going to write this a little differently because I know there's fractions. So notice what I just did. So when we replace the f with inches over 12, that's going to basically be this fraction. Right. Okay, well now if we look at the third one is a little more involved. All right, and so I'm going to point out if you multiply 1.5, which is 1 plus 0.5, to 4, right? This is going to become 4 plus 2. And so what we added to the 4 is half as much as what we started with. So this is called a 50% increase, right? And so notice that really means we're multiplying by 1.5, right? That's called the growth factor. Well, if this was 1 minus 0.5, that would become 0.5, and that would be the same as 4 minus 2, which means what we're taking away from the 4 is half as much. This is called a 50% decrease. And so if we multiply 0.5, that's the same as decreasing the 4 by half, by 50%. If we multiply 1.5, that's the same as adding half as much to the original 4. All right, so we use growth factors. This is a lot easier. We just can multiply one number, and we can just keep multiplying every time we have an increase or decrease. So in that problem, we have two things going on. We have the original revenue, and then we have two sequences of growth. One is an increase, one's a decrease. So if we take our R, we want to increase by 25%, and then we want to decrease by 10%. Okay, so I just mimicked that like that. Okay, so let's multiply first by 1.25, and then 1 minus 0.10 would be 0.9. Okay, now I'm going to change these to fractions, and this would be the function. So this is basically 5/4, and that's 9/10. All right, so notice we can simplify. So that's 9 over 8. 9 over 8 is 1 plus 1/8. 1/8 is 0.125. So the net result of increasing by 25% followed by decreasing by 10%, the net result is a 12.5% increase. Because when you multiply these numbers, that's the net resulting growth factor, which is an increase, and this is what we added to the 1, which I converted to a percentage. That's something you may not know. It's helpful to know that, all right? Because if anything you're going to experience mathematically in life, it's going to be percentages, without a doubt. Whenever you buy something at the store, percentages. When you do your taxes, percentages, right? So